Hey Dawn, this video is just for you. It's just a little primer on mandolin, some how to use the essential notes of a tune to play a version of a tune that's not with so many scales and so many notes that's going to present so many problems to memorize and to execute and to get and to try to you might even be able to do this on your own to learn to maybe find a version of your own that you can do well instead of trying to work with complicated versions. Because I think a complicated version can actually kind of hold you back until you have. But I have a method for that as well, and that really involves doing your exercises. It's just like with yoga or something like that. You have to do the etudes, the exercises to get your fingers in shape for playing fiddle tunes that are up to speed, that have a lot of scale work and a lot of nimble fingering. But so many of the old time music can be rendered in a fun rhythmic way with fewer notes. It's really not essential. So I've got this written in sort of what I call like a spacious tab. I don't have the lines on there, but look, you can see it's just tab, but the lines aren't shown because it's really quite obvious what line they're on. We've got here what string. These represent the strings 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the same tab. We have second string O, 0. Third string. I write my standard notation like this too instead of the lines because we don't have complex music we're studying, so you don't really need the line. I don't need to draw the lines on there. So we've got 0, 4, 0, 4, 0, 5, 5. So that's our first measure of Soldier's Joy. Just instead of all that business, we don't need that. It's more like the song, the original Soldier's Joy. So this is, I would say, is something akin to playing your mandolin more as a banjo would play. Most banjo players are not doing articulate 16th notes. They're usually just they're keeping time with their right hand, and sometimes they might be playing some melody. Often they're playing the melody on the downbeat, which is kind of what we have here: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So let's look at the rhythmic cadence of Soldier's Joy Basic. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3. We could let's just get rid of that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3. Let's just make a rest here. There, that's not a good rest. Let's see. Everybody has to have a good rest. There we go. So, we'll keep the last one in there. So, let's put that back. Let's put that. This is how flexible this is. You can see I'm a Bob Ross fan. let's just have a little rest in there. We'll take a little rest. Now we've had our rest. Let's put the note back. Okay. So the reason I did that is for symmetry's sake, because I have an ending da 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 da, which is a traditional kind of hornpipey ending. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Now look at this little symbol here. Repeat. That's a repeat sign. If you're viewing this on a large enough screen, repeat A1. So I write my fiddle tunes like this, not because I want to save time or I'm lazy and I don't want to write more, because I want people to see the structure of the tune, that you can see. And also this will help you hear when you're listening to listen for these structures that are common. Bar 1, bar 2, bar 3 is the same as bar 1. And then we have our end phrase, which is often repeated in Scots-Irish bass tunes and Appalachian tunes. Well, they'll often have a common end phrase. We're going to do that. And we've got the B part. Dun, 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 dun. The cadence is the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and, oh, forgot this. 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we have our A4 end phrase repeats. So this is here. So you memorize your. This is So this is another way that will help to memorize tunes. It's one of the things that goes along with memorizing tunes is to think about their structure, what repeats, and so forth. So now we have starting on our second string, 0 fret. Third string goes 4, open 4. Then we've got the same kind of 0-4, 0-4. Then we've got a second fret on the third string. Repeat the first bar just the same. And then we have our end phrase is 2-5-0-4. Very common. You're going to see that if you memorize this end phrase, you can use that end phrase on many, many tunes. Or something really close to it. So we have the second fret on the first string. Then we're going to reach over. That's a diagonal. So if you approach this like a fiddler, keeping our hands down, instead of like make that almost like you would make a chord. Two, 5, 0, 4, 5, 5. And these endings, these things are flexible. We could use the same cadence. I could go. That was with the rest. I could do that with instead of da 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 go da da, which is actually the song ends. Well, there's different words for the song, so it's could be either way. So that's the basic for the A part. Now you'll notice if I was to play that scaly part. So all these essential notes are hiding inside all those scales. The scales are really just a way of embellishing a simple melody. That's all that's going on in fiddle tunes. Generally, is you have a simple melody that a banjo can play, and you can play your mandolin like a banjo. So I'm teaching this sort of thing at Alabama Folk School this year. It's like a banjolin course, but it's which we have mandolins that are like banjos, but it's really playing your mandolin more in the manner of a banjo. So now let's look at the B part. We have our first string, second fret. We're going 2 5 5 2 0 2 3. 2 2 5 2 0 2 3. So we got a lot of first string work. 2 2 5 2 0 4 0. We got a 4 0. Very common 4 0 on the second string. So we got B part. The third bar, like the first line, is the same as the second bar. Then we're going to recycle our ending. Now, if you want to study those separately, you can, but I'm going to go ahead and now play both parts together so you can kind of see what happens. And then I'm going to do the second time through. I'm just going to add right hand rhythms, and you'll see that it will energize the tune. Here we go. First, I'm just going to do the basic as written tabs. Here we go. Basic tab, Soldier's Joy. 1, 2, ready and go and. Repeat. It's customary. Doing a little bit of a strum. the chord with it sometimes. Here's the B part. End phrase is the same. And now just a little bit of rhythm. You'll see the left hand's just the same. Now just holding some chord shapes down. So you see that the tune had a lot of swing, a lot of energy, and I didn't feel like, oh, we needed more notes at all. I mean, that was totally recognizable as Soldier's Joy. I fiddle it very close to that a lot of times when I'm playing a square dance. Up to speed, you'll notice that this type of music, just with a double bow or double picking, you can play it. It's not as demanding to the left hand, so you can actually play up tempo right away. I mean, you can play. Those are just eighth notes. So da 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 da. You know, which is more like an Irish polka. You can even double that. Instead of it's all that busy work there. We don't need Chris Thile type scales, virtuosity for this kind of music. So I would encourage you to seek out tunes of this nature. Irish polkas are very good because they actually have a lot of eighth notes. They have very few 16th notes. And you can just ask me for more of this type of material, and I'll suggest some. So I think the next one I'm going to do, because I think I want to get you 2 fiddle tunes, one in a different key, and I would suggest tunes that are in common circulation, like this one, and I think the next one we'll do in G. Seneca Square Dance is a great one. Can almost fit it on here, but I'll see what I can do. I'm going to go ahead and upload this video for you, and then I'll make a separate video of Seneca Square Dance in the key of G.